Hi, everyone. This is live sound healing that you're hearing in the background. Malan Murtis. So I'm just going to begin and get right into this because I do have some stuff coming up. But I wanted to pull energy. And to be honest, I pulled energy yesterday, but I didn't film it. I've actually been quite exhausted the last 24 hours. And the message I got yesterday from the voodoo deck was very interesting. And actually, before I start, let me just say this before I forget about it. If you want to book an extended reading to the Lock in Your Love, Sylvia and I are doing those. And if you want to see us in San Francisco, can't wait. I will be there November 8th until the 11th, 11/11. Well, I'll be there till the 12th, but we'll be doing work there for the portal. Anyhow, point being, I want to get right into this message because I just want to get it out. Yesterday, I pulled a card for the karmic situation. Thank you so much for the donation. Thank you. I greatly appreciate that. Sorry, I just want to really, really focus for a second. Um, Okay, so yesterday I pulled a card for the karmic situation. You wouldn't believe it. They got the possession card in the voodoo deck, which is really heavy. And then I pulled the card for the masculine. He got the Six of Wands, which has a different energy to it than you would think. And the feminine got the card, I think, right before this one, because I just noticed it as I was reading it. It was a seven. It was the seven of air of swords. Um, and what this really had to do with is how deep the feminine feels, and that her emotions were kind of overflowing now, but also bringing fortune, I guess you could call it, but it's not about fortune. It's like bringing lessons learned, bringing, I guess it is a fortune, like the things that you learned from it back in. And it's also about crying all those tears out and the freshness and a new experience coming your way. It referred to the divine feminine as the virgin that is unmarked because you've cried everything right out of you. Um, the tears in this card, I don't have the card, sorry, but the tears in this card form a body of water on which a ship sails. So this is about things coming in and getting connected to lessons, profound lessons, and creativity flowing through you. That's what it was all embodying. Sorry. So the divination was imagined beyond possibility. Okay. And this had to do with the dream lost and crying about this and just letting things out. I did not expect to get into all of this. Anyhow, soft shadows soon fall prey to harsh light. So it was saying that it was I remember now that it was only a little bit inevitable that you were feeling so deeply that it was only a matter of time until you kind of got sucked in to the darkness. And the masculine came up as the Six of Wands. And I'm going to go back there and tell you about that for a second because here it is. The Six of Fire. And let's see. So this represents the new sun. Okay, there is positivity to it, but there's darkness. He puts his power first, unweighed by knowledge of future consequences. His radiance stretches like a banner between the visible and the invisible worlds. And what this talks about is the masculine loving this victory that he's been feeling. And I don't think it has to do with the divine feminine, because it had this vibe that he's like in and out of worlds, not taking other people's collective energy into consideration right now because he's like the winner right now. It's an older man, and that shows that he's wise. He's learned a lot. He's learned how to manifest, to do whatever he wants. Fire is shooting from his hands, but that's the problem. He thinks it's power, but it's actually something that can be dangerous if not used correctly, okay? So that was the energy. And he's like, what can stop me? Nothing. But yeah, he gets put back at the crossroad. Okay, so it was just saying to me that, and they call him a pure fool. Well, because no, there's two types of fools, they say. It's the enlightened fool and the pure fool. But what I was picking up is at this point, he was quite strongly under the pure fool. So anyhow, the force of fire and both fools in this guy. Okay, so that was what was going on yesterday. And the card that I picked, which was possession, was actually the strength card, though it looked like the death or devil card. And what the possession had to do with was possession of old beliefs and thinking that you have to be a certain way. If I can find it really quickly, I will let you know, but I pretty much summed it up there with that, so I'm not even going to bother. It was just a really dark card. But now we come to today, and I'm happy I didn't record for yesterday because no one had to really hear about all of that. We need to hear more now. And I did receive messages last night, and I'm trying to pick them all up. And the funny thing is, so what's been happening is I've been dreaming again, which is amazing. But things are happening outside of my dream. Like yesterday, I dreamt about shorts, and I do have my job I do once a week. And I had to write to people and tell them like what the dress code is, like no shorts if you're a guy. And because you'd be surprised how many people do it. And the funny thing is, I wrote to this person, no shorts, and not thinking of my dream. And then she got back to me and she's like, no shorts. And I didn't realize it was a girl. And I'm like, no, with an exclamation mark. And she's like, what do you mean though? Why can't we wear shorts? Like we're girls. And I'm like, oh, okay. Then if you're a girl, like, yes, shorts. But the fact that that was even happened. And then I remembered, I'm like, oh my God, I had a dream about people wearing such short shorts. They were diapers. Anyhow. This one triggered another dream I had last night. It's the hotline. And I'll get into that after. I'm going to get into this card that I pulled out for us. And it is the Seven of Fire. What this told me after reading this, I don't have to read the whole thing. This is about the grinding woman. She's grinding corn with her feet there. She has two swords in her hand. She's a bit pissed. Okay. And good for her that she found a way to get that out. This is what I picked out. There's an overwhelming passion within this woman. But there's a rage as well that rips at the fabric of existence. Okay. In the torch that lights the way, burning through all resistance, she is the final resting place for all such emotions. In her heart, they flower, and in her actions, they are spent. So her emotions, when put into, a loving manner, it grows. But when it's put into, we just got to back off, guys. This is the bottom line of the message. And it really does go down to this. I can't even remember what dream I had this in, but I know the message was to back off. There does have to be actually complete endings is the message I got as well. Like there actually has to be complete endings for many of the people in this crazy, whatever you want to call it, journey. And soulmate, twin flame or not, or whatever you want to call it, if you want to actually do the gist of relationships, most relationships, especially solid ones, a lot of them went through a time of separation, of complete separation, where they were like, it's over. Because that's what pushed the other person to either make it or break it. But the problem with us, and I'm in there with you, is like it's hard for us because we're so and let's not act like everyone else isn't caring too. But we think differently, we do differently. But I got the message, like it's just gonna be a fact. And if I were you, I would start now. Especially when this card came out and then the one from yesterday. Once I saw that, I was like, okay, well, there's definitely emotions and rage and anger. So the other message I got, I'm so happy I'm dreaming again. And it's so weird the way they're coming to me. I'm not remembering them right away. But the other message I got is literally forgiveness, like, is one of the number one keys for this whole journey. It has to do with forgiving everyone. Everyone. And I also received a message like this cures illnesses. So keep it in mind. Everything is a manifestation of what's going on in the inside, and that's true. It is friggin' true. So the card that did come out, I pulled from this deck. I haven't used this deck yet, actually. I got it in Paris. I love this deck, but I haven't used it. I don't know why. Was the Three of Swords. So let me just come over here one more time and just, get back into this. Rage and hate binds you to your object as closely as does great love. In other words, you get to choose. Hate and love are both sides of the coin whose denomination is union. Well, will is the name of the hand that distributes these coins. So you need to have will for sure. We already talked about this type of focus, but drive, faith, and that's a message I got as well. Like, you have to have faith. Okay, so that's where it comes back to here. Anything else here? This woman dances upon and grinds the ears of her corn. This is a raw agricultural process. Yeah, it is time to get a bit raw and to release, and maybe some of you need to dance. I guess we could always use a dance, like dancing around the house or something. That's so funny. Like, I could just picture some people right now, or not right now, but actually grinding corn, because why not? If I had some, maybe I would try it. So this is where the hotline. I was like, hotline? What does hotline mean? What the heck could that possibly have to do? Like, what? We're not a hotline, that I was thinking of the song and stuff. I'm like, okay, yeah, like, we're not some hotline. You just get to call us and come over. I'm like, I gotta read it. Isn't it nice to know that you don't have to do everything yourself? To know that there are unseen forces just waiting for you to give the word. Take a deep breath and know that whatever it is you need right now, guides and angels are lined up at your service waiting to take your call. All you need to do is ask. Yes, it is that simple. And so that was the message I got yesterday. It had to do with, like, all you have to do is ask. And I know that had to do with me too, personally. But since I'm bringing up all the messages, and when I saw this, it reminded me of that message. So obviously it's for all of us. And the interesting thing was these were both number 3s. And at the bottom, there was that stickily wiki card we got recently. And like, I had no idea what it meant. I remember it kind of turned out to be something quite interesting. Totally, well, I guess it's not there. The laser beam. We had the laser beam. I remember now. No, I know where it is. Oh, I do. I guess I would have just had to look at the number instead of the word. Oh, yeah. Last time we got this, remember? It was about, oh, thank you so much for the donations. I'm not even looking up. Thank you so much, everyone. That is so kind of you. So sticky wicket, Proceed with caution. It is a delicate situation, but that doesn't mean there are any real dangers. Just a reminder that it is time to pause, to reflect, to appreciate all you have now. That was when the Divine Feminine got that Eight of Cups. I'll never forget that Eight of Cups. Like, you were like fighting with your nightmares or something, like with your worst fears to walk away. Hello. So a very strong message that I'm guided to say is that there actually has to be, for many, a complete ending. And so why? Let's ask why. But we know why. Because, like, you actually, and what you would do during that time is not about ignoring or anything. It's actually, this is what the message was as well. Like, I love this message, though. I always get this one, where this is the time during separation for you to become your best self. It just is. What else would you do during this time? And for those of you, if any of you, maybe recently said things you don't want to, or wish you didn't say, but I'm sure they wouldn't be that bad. Probably just some honesty. Don't worry. Like, don't worry. You didn't fuck anything up. The Hermit. Huh. So why do we need separation was the question. Because people have to go within. And it's not just your masculine. It is also you. You got to get out of this energy, stressing you out, whether or not, even if you feel really good, I get it. But when you really, really, for many, like even me, if I really, really looked into it, like I would like my masculine around a whole lot more. I would feel a whole lot better, I feel. So as happy as I can be and as great as I can be, like, I know I would love to have more time with my masculine, for sure. So this is kind of part of the reason people have to go through this stage of a complete ending. And I think this is why I'm getting the message, because like someone has to see what it's like and find something within themselves. Like, it's not just someone, it's both parties. Because now you've gotten yourself all angered up and in a rage, whether or not you're like, maybe you're handling it well, but now you have to erase all of that crap. Gosh, it's like build up. And that's why for some people, you do feel like you're back at square one. You had so much progress, and then all of a sudden, like, this stuff happened again. And the reason is because there was still things that had to be dealt with and had to be discovered and had to be crushed. Literally. Trust me, like, your person, interesting. And this is the Wands, and let me just, the Six of Wands. Well, that's how the victory comes. But what I was going to say is your person, if they're dealing with a situation that they don't want to be in, like, don't think that they're just having some hayride and, happy, whatever. No, they're losing their hair. They're stressing out. They have dark circles under their eyes. Some of them have gained or lost weight. Anyhow. And it all started with the third party situation. If only that wasn't there, imagine how things would have been different. When you really look at it. And for many people, I pick up, like, for many, this person didn't even, it's the same friggin' story. Like, they came around, and for many, they didn't really even tell you the full story of what was going on. And they did make an effort in the beginning, and then they walked off, like, because they had to walk off. They had to go deal with this third party stuff, That's just, I guess, I don't even know. I got all that message from that card there. Damn. That's interesting. I think I'm going to explore these cards a little more. So, victory that comes. What else? It's like in order to have this victory, this person, both parties have to, both parties, Two of Cups, have to go through the Tower. This is exactly what I was saying, guys. So technically, we got the right message here. It's about a complete ending. There's a lot of you out there that need to hear this, because this is why you need to hear it now. Because the time is right now. Think about it. We have 3 months. Yes, we have 3 months until next year. We have 3 months. That is a good amount of time to get shit together. That is a really good amount of time to plant some fresh seeds, to take what you've learned, to take what you've grown. I don't know. There's a reason that, and it's like, I remember hearing something like, it's not like it's now or never, but it's like, I don't know. I just remember the message basically had to do with, like, you might as well get it over with sooner than later. That's what it was. Not now than never. It was sooner than later. Like, it's something that has to happen. Complete ending. And I actually know the cutest couple. They must be twins. They even dress alike. They're married now. And I don't know the whole story. Totally different cultures, totally different skin colors. Like, everything is different. But they are so in love. And I don't know the whole story, but all I know is that I don't know what he did, the guy, but she left. And she started dating other people, and she was gone for like months. And one of our friends, our mutual friends, invited her to a wedding one day, something like that, or like a party that he was at. And I think he even mentioned he's going to be there. And I think the guy missed her so much, he actually, the story gets, I'm remembering more. But the guy like said to the one, like, I want to see her again. Like, you know, like, this is months later though. I remember that. It was months later. And so he invited her, and I don't know what happened. Long story short, they're married like a year later now, or maybe even 2 years of traveling together, wearing the same friggin' outfits. It's so bizarre. Like, she'll have the girl version of his outfits, and he loves to buy her nice shoes. And they travel together. Now she's pregnant. They have a farm. He bought, like, I don't know if he bought her or what they did. I know she works, and I know she's worked always. Because I remember her sister and I, when she said to us, like, she didn't have a bill, money for a bill. And we're like looking at each other, like, ask your man. And she didn't want to ask him. Like, she wanted to figure out how to make it on her own. So keep that in mind. But they are the cutest little couple, and super happy and just super joyful. And she's always talking about being grateful. But point being, they went through a full separation as well. I know many other stories, and they are very happy now. It has to be a full separation. Like, I'm not saying to ignore them, but to actually change something up in your life. So let's pull one more card and see what we get here. Whoa, that was interesting. So we have the Valet, and the Moon card clearly wants to come out because that's the second time it's at the bottom. Oh, it's about someone coming out, a new person. You know, the Valet would be, and then we go back to the Hierophant where we started. The Valet card would be a page. And what that's telling me more than anything is that this person's going to get, you know, knocked off his rocker or whatever you want to call it. I don't know why I said that. I have no idea what that means. But yeah, he's going to get taken off his pedestal. He's going to have to face realizations about himself. This is really driven to, as much as the feminine has clearing to do over her resentment about this third-party situation, more than anything, there's a complete ending needed because this has to be over with. Like, the whole thing there has to be a fresh start. And this is a beautiful Three of Swords, actually, because there's not three swords here. There's one sword, and it actually goes that way. So it's time to take your power back, type of thing. The masculine has to go within in order to have victory here. Literally, the tower has to come down. There has to just be a complete ending. And one of the sentences in the book for this card was, construction often is followed by destruction. Here, it should be right here. That was a very interesting sentence. Well, maybe it's not. I don't know. But, oh, here it is. Let's see. Construction. It was such an interesting sentence. Well, I guess I got it there. But the construction is off. Destruction. Oh, destruction often must precede construction. So I'm pretty sure that means that often after you build something, it gets destroyed. And then we know you build it again. Sometimes the world and its things must be ground into fragments for the good to be freed. That's the thing. You have to really let go of that's why that forgiveness message was here. You have to really forgive every single person. Anything that happened. It's a slow but sure process, because even this guy, this knight, this valet, they call him, he's made a choice. Now, I just want to see. Okay, just checking, just making sure, because why does the valet have 2 pentacles? But apparently the valets do. So that's interesting. Okay. Well, anyhow, this person has made a choice. There's one on the floor. This person is coming out with the moon card here. I wonder when Pisces season is. Because why am I picking up on Pisces season anyways? So that comes in next year. Well, if you can close off, what needs to be closed off and forgive, you have 3 months to get some shit together. Huh. It's very possible something good could be happening here. Let's pull one more card. Well, that's interesting. Oh. It's very interesting that this person had 2 pentacles. I can't get over it, because it's really about someone slowly but surely making a choice. And the fact that this came over the Hermit in reverse, the Chariot, and the Knight of Cups, the Cavalier de Coupe, it's just saying right now someone's going in. They're not it's not about coming without. The Chariot's in reverse. The Knight of Cups offering that cup is in reverse. They're going within. And this is what is needed. Obviously. It makes perfect sense. And with the healing here, wow, you and your masculine or your person, your special person, are truly on the same page, except I'll tell you what I pick up is that he's behind the feminine. The masculine's behind the feminine. Okay? You have a different lesson to learn. It's about letting go. Real deep let go. Not even him. He has his own lessons to learn. So, That's the message. It's Sunday. And is it 11? No, it's not. So I'm perfect. I have some time. Okay. Thank you guys so much. Working on your issues and healing. That is good because especially for the females that have had other people that have done these type of things to them, like it's really triggering because it's like what the fuck, like I'm picking up this, what the heck am I seeing in here? But it's like, oh my gosh, like I let you in between my legs. It's very interesting. I'm seeing that because this sword, like if you could really see what I'm seeing in this sword, it really does come down to someone like lifting up their skirt. And it's just like, like I trusted you, da 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 da. And I don't know, this could have happened to you a few other times too. And it does happen. That is it's a very common theme of people losing interest after sex. Like I'm saying that honestly, it can happen and it's nothing to be whatever, or people using people just to have sex type of thing. Like you've been pricked before by some sort of, similar situation where someone, I just heard like got the money and ran. But and yeah, maybe these cards are coming back out now again. That's really interesting. And you were left there feeling not good. Look at this Queen of Pentacles. This is not your typical Queen of Pentacles that's like loving her. She's like, what have I done? What have I created? What am I doing here? Living in a way that doesn't feel right to me. I'm going on. Look at allowing these tricksters. No. So some of you did. Why are the aces in reverse? Okay. That's really weird. And all the other cards are not. So some of you did, the Royal Baton. Let me guess. Like this is someone coming in, is this with their baton? Is that the Emperor? Very, Emperor can have very selfish energy. And I'm picking that up right now. Anyhow, point being, you just got to crush this. You just got to stop. And at least you learned a lesson from it as well. I wanted to get some messages here. You learned a lesson. Someone's actions have to match their words. If they say, you're a queen, well, you want to see the match there. And that's the type of stuff you have to forgive, like mistakes you made by letting people come into your life and you trusted them and all those type of things. Healings, it's really the message. So on both parties, that is a Sunday message for some people. It's a big one, to be honest. I don't know, prepare for the end. That's what I just heard. But I don't think it's in a scary way. It's in like, it's time. It is time. It's time for a new beginning. But then there has to be the ending first, okay? Okay. You're welcome. Thank you so much. Bye for now.